A part of what's next at Webster University.
Go to webster.edu/manage. Accredited by ACBSP.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
You are going to like the next book, Joe. I think you're going to like it. It's called The Flight Girls.
Well, hey, Navy, what are you going to do? Hey.
It is written by our guest, Noelle Salazar, and I wanted to connect it to a news story from this morning, and I'll just read the first line. Women enlisted in the U.S. Navy are now allowed to apply to become submariners whenever they want to. That, according to Stars and Stripes newspaper. So
then.
I never knew that a woman couldn't be on a submarine.
Well, you there's not much room for privacy on a submarine, and
so that's the reason.
Yeah, and what do they call it? Hot racket. The racks or the bunk, you hot bunk it. So you're on a bunk for 12 hours or 8 hours. You get out, you're showering, and the next guy that just got off, he occupies the bunk you just came out of.
Okay.
So if you're in a submarine, there has to be hopefully two girls that would,
So let me take you back.
Same bunk. I don't
know. The book takes us back, I should say, to 1941. Audrey Coltrane had always wanted to fly. It's why she implored her father to teach her at the little airfield back home in Texas. Already you have a visual in your mind, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's the setup so we can say hello to Noelle. She's going to tell us about the book, The Flight Girls. It is a novel, but it's inspired by real female pilots during World War II.
Which is unusual, yeah.
Noelle, by the way, is also a Navy recruit, a medical assistant, an NFL cheerleader, a researcher and historian, and on the air. Good morning, Noelle. Thank you for being part of the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
And where are you right now?
I am in Bothell, which is a city outside of Seattle, about 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I must have been through there, I guess.
All right, way out there. Okay. So
years and years ago.
So is the character Audrey Coltrane an actual name?
It is a figment of my imagination.
But it's based on a real story, correct?
Yes, it's based on several anecdotes I found and combined into one story.
And do you have a hunch as a historian that it might be more fiction? I mean, more fact than fiction?
The novel?
Yeah.
It's definitely. I want to say that the historical facts are like signposts that the story is weaved around.
So let me make it a little bit easier on both of us. Just give us like a thumbnail sketch of the story, like a movie trailer version of the story.
Oof.
With no spoilers.
It is the story of a young woman doing something women didn't normally do in this era. She's got a goal. She wants to be a pilot, and that's really her only goal in a time when women were mostly wives and mothers. And she's just on this journey through this timeline of the war, of self-discovery and staying true to herself.
Is there a part of her that wants to help America, that whole patriotic feeling that America must have gone through during the early 40s?
I think that initially, in the beginning of the book, that's not necessarily part of her goal. But once Pearl Harbor happens and once she has experienced real loss, I think that's where her patriotism takes a turn, and she definitely wants to serve her country.
We've heard stories of women who just portrayed themselves as men and got into the military one way or another. Does that play a role in her story?
No, she is fully herself. She does evolve a little bit and fall into things she might not have had not Pearl Harbor happened. But she is true to herself.
This is part of the WASP program, is that right?
Yes.
And that's for Women's Air Service something?
Patrol.
Women's Air Force Service pilot.
Okay. Pilot. I thought it was patrol. Yeah, pilot.
So did you get to speak to any of the women who were actually in the program?
I did. Actually, I spoke with one by phone a couple years ago, Jane Doyle. I was able to ask her kind of about the daily details, that things I couldn't get in books and online, sort of the mundane detail. But that was important. I wanted to know, when you woke up in the morning, what did you do? What were the women around you doing? And then this past May, they have an annual WASP homecoming reunion, and I got to meet two of the women that were able to make the journey, and they were in their late 90s, and they are the babies of the program, and they are full of stories still.
Is this
Now, you said you were a Navy recruiter?
A Navy recruit. I went to boot camp.
You went to boot camp. And how far did you go into the service, I should say?
I only went to boot camp because I had a prior injury. In about 3 weeks, and my knee was so swollen I could hardly stand up. And since I was not injured there, they were not willing to fix it. So I spent another 3 weeks in what they called medical hold, which was a whole experience unto itself. It was kind of one of the best times of my life, I have to say. And I was sad to go home because this was a choice I had made, and to have to then go home was kind of awful.
So does the book give you a way vicariously, I guess, to do what you had hoped to do, even though it's set in the past?
It kind of did, yeah. It made me feel like I was serving my country in a way, and certainly serving the women who served our country.
Yeah, that's part of what I wondered also. Are we not telling the whole story when we leave out the lady's role in this? I mean, we always hear about who was it, Rosie the Riveter or something? We always hear about those stories.
Right. They were stateside, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
You don't hear a whole lot. I mean, now and then you do, but it seems like there's probably a lot more stories that we don't know about.
That's what I'm curious about. For the WASP, anyways, the file on them was sealed for 35 years. So as soon as the program ended, they sealed that file, and that's probably why we never heard about them. But it makes me wonder what other stories they filed away.
So you said
that's true, because I was Naval Air, and up in Lemoore, California, that's where the Naval Air Base is, not too far down the coast from you. Well, fairly far from you, yeah. But the barracks, they had the barracks for them, all the women, just for them there, and on the Naval Air Base. But I never was privy to what they did. We never interacted. What were they the mechanics on something? Were they all clerical? What they were doing? Were they top secret doing? They never divulged. But there was a whole big barracks of women at the air base. So who knows?
Oh, that's interesting.
The book is called The Flight Girls. You're getting some really good reviews on Amazon. I wanted to make sure I mentioned that for our listeners, and that's kind of a hint. The book is available on Amazon as a hardcover, paperback, audiobook, and, of course, Kindle. And the paperback was sent to us. And it's really a handsome book, by the way. It's a nice-looking book. If you would like the copy that was sent to us, you can call me right now, and I will pick one call at random, and it will be yours. The number is 622-9622. Do you have a different website you'd like to direct us to?
People can find me at noellesalazar.com.
Will there be a follow-up to this book?
There won't be a sequel, though. That I won't rule that out for later. There is a character in the story I would like to explore further, but I am working on another World War II historical fiction inspired by actual events.
It seems like you're attracted to that era. Is there a reason for that?
I've been asked that a lot. I've always loved World War II history, and the only thing I can attribute that to is my grandfather. I used to go to my grandparents' house, and there were these beautiful pictures of him in uniform, and my Nana raised 4 children as a military wife and moved them from place to place. And they were full of stories and full of life and the best people I knew, and this book is dedicated to them, and so I blame them.
Oh, hear you.
Well, no, thank you for a great interview. Good luck with the book, and come back with the next one.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. We will be right back. Thank you.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. Convicted drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years.
El Chapo's lawyers say they expect the drug kingpin to eventually be transferred to where they assume will be the Supermax prison in Colorado, America's most secure prison facility.
Fox's Brian Yanis. The FBI's terror watch list, the focus of legislation submitted by Democratic Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, would force the Trump administration to disclose details about how it shares the watch list with foreign countries. And terror suspect Hafiz Saeed, implicated in the 2008 Mumbai attacks, has been nabbed.
For 7 years, the U.S. has had a $10 million bounty on his head, and yet he's been moving around pretty freely in Pakistan all that time, giving rallies and speeches to large crowds. Now, finally, he is arrested.
Fox's Benjamin Hall. This is Fox News.
Liberty Mutual Insurance presents and Doug.
Is that your pet emu?
He's my partner, Limu. And we're here to tell you that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
So is he only an emu because it rhymes with Limu, as in Liberty Mutual?
Well,
So this is just a clever way to get people to remember Liberty Mutual, huh?
Kinda.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Equal housing insurer. State laws apply.
At Indeed, we believe a resume is a great way to see an overview of a candidate. But you're not hiring a resume. You're hiring a person. That's why Indeed offers tools that help bridge the gap between a candidate and the resume. Like skill tests, which let you actually see a candidate's abilities in action to make sure they're a good fit for the job. See beyond the resume with Indeed. Experience Indeed for yourself today and get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting at Indeed.com/promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello, this is Dusty Travis. Please join us for This Week in Real Estate every Thursday at 10:05 a.m. We'll be taking your live calls, answering questions about buying real estate, selling real estate, the mortgage process, about getting a home loan, and how easy that process has become. We look forward to hearing from you.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online.
Direct Connect to UCF, where students who attend the College of Central Florida and graduate with an AA or articulated AS degree are guaranteed admission to the University of Central Florida. Success coaches are ready and waiting to assist you in designing an educational plan that is right for you in any of their locations across Central Florida. Remember, connecting is easy and guaranteed. Find out more at directconnecttoUCF.com. Here are today's headlines from the source, WOCA. A new law enforcement agency has been formed in Marion County. Well, sort of. Marion County Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Heidi Mayer recently emailed school board members a photograph of the Marion County School Board Police Department patch. The patch, and presumably a badge with a similar design, will be worn by employees who will form a security team. The small force will be made up of former Ocala police officers and Marion County deputies. The designation also enables the district to apply for security grants. The district will still use school resource officers, known as SROs, at all 51 schools. Those officers will still report to their own agencies, the Bellevue Police, the Ocala Police, or the Sheriff's Office. Mayor said the uniforms will be low-key, like khakis and pullover shirts that feature the patch. The Tavares Police Department is asking for your help in finding a man accused of filming a woman inside a dressing room at a retail store. Police say Paul Lyles was allegedly hiding in a stall at a Tavares Kohl's store. Investigators say he held a phone under the door of an adjoining stall where he could see a woman trying on bras and underwear. Loss prevention employees stopped Lyles and said he was confronted by the store manager, but he ran out of the dressing room and fled the store. A felony warrant has been issued for his arrest. Florida's two-day sport lobster season starts next week. Participants must have a recreational saltwater fishing license and a spiny lobster permit to recreationally harvest unless they are exempt from recreational license requirements. The regular commercial and recreational lobster season starts August 6th and runs through March 31st, 2020. Florida wildlife officials have details on bag limits, size limits, where to harvest, and other regulations on their website. Wildlife officials are asking harvesters using bully netting to keep lights directed toward the water and avoid shining them at houses or people along the shoreline. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office will have extra patrols at boat ramps, bridges, and on the water, and warned that anyone caught with illegal lobster will be charged accordingly. Penalties can include up to 60 days in jail and fines up to $500. The Florida Department of Education is being sued over allegations that it shortchanged teachers when it paid bonuses awarded by the legislature, costing the state's best educators hundreds of dollars each. The class action lawsuit filed yesterday in Tallahassee alleges that the department in 2018 illegally ordered school districts to subtract the employer's portion of Social Security and Medicare taxes from the amount given to teachers under the state's Best and Brightest program. Thousands rated highly effective and who met other criteria received bonuses of $6,000 or $1,200 during the 2017-2018 year and the 2018-2019 year. Teachers could actually receive both if they met all criteria. The lawsuit filed by the Morgan & Morgan law firm says the state cannot legally push its tax obligation onto teachers. Under federal law, the combined Social Security and Medicare tax of 13.85% is levied on up to $132,900 in annual income, with half paid by the employee and half by the employer. On a $6,000 bonus, for example, that would be $831, usually with the employee or the employer paying $415.50. The lawsuit alleges that the state illegally saved millions of dollars by having teachers pay the full amount. Law enforcement agencies across Florida, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, and Tennessee are joining forces for a week-long initiative aimed at reducing traffic fatalities. The campaign, which runs through Sunday, is called Operation Southern Shield. The Florida Highway Patrol says the program's mission is to get motorists to obey speed limits on roadways from local roads to interstate highways. Former U.S. Supreme Court Justice John Paul Stevens has died, passing away at a hospital in Fort Lauderdale after suffering a stroke. Stevens was 99 years old. Apollo 11 astronaut Michael Collins says that historic launch in 1969 looked majestic on the outside, but felt very different on the inside.
You feel jiggling left to right, and you're not quite sure whether those jiggles are as big or small as they should be, or how much closer they're going to put you to that launch umbilical tower, which you do not very much want to hit.
Collins returned to Launch Pad 39A at the Kennedy Space Center yesterday, exactly 50 years after liftoff. Speed may be a factor in a deadly crash in Daytona Beach. Police say 42-year-old Shanna Ferring was speeding yesterday morning on Silver Beach Avenue when she went off the road, went airborne, hit a bridge pylon, and landed in the Halifax River. Living in Florida, where we're surrounded by water, you might have been advised to have a center punch or a hammer-style escape tool close at hand in case your vehicle winds up in the drink, but it might not be enough.
Check the bottom corner of your car's window. If it says laminated,
even using a window punch tool, it's not going to be able to break through that laminate glass.
But not every window in the car may be laminated. Fire Lieutenant Brandon Allen says those spring-loaded escape tools do work well on tempered glass, and if you know ahead which window to break, you can save valuable life-saving time.
Water is going to start coming in, but that force of the water is not going to be enough to keep you in the car. You will still be able to get out.
A AAA test found all three spring-loaded tools broke the tempered glass, while only one of three hammer-style devices worked. I'm Eric Rodriguez.
Florida could go from an average of about 25 days each year of heat index temperatures above 100 degrees to more than 4 times that number by the year 2050. Larry Spillman has that story.
A study by the Union of Concerned Scientists warns if climate change isn't addressed, Florida will experience 105 days a year of feels like temperatures above 100 and 63 days over 105. The study found dangerous heat conditions will be most extreme in South Florida, but will occur throughout the state. I'm Larry Spillman.
The city of South Miami and immigrant advocacy groups yesterday sued the state over a controversial new law banning so-called sanctuary cities. The suit alleges that it will lead to racial profiling, civil rights violations, and unjust deportations. The city of Bradenton does not have an ordinance against panhandling because of a court case in Miami. Businessman Ryan Bray thinks it should. He told reporters in Tampa that aggressive beggars at one intersection have harassed and threatened him and other drivers.
They threatened violence on me. I could tell you what they said to me. The Bradenton Police Department heard it. Kill my mother, rape my wife.
Bray says he offered one man $15 an hour to do yard work and got turned down. He wants the city council to take up the issue next week. The cost of a 6-day Florida delegation trip to Israel is being released.
Governor Ron DeSantis and state cabinet members traveled to Tel Aviv and Jerusalem in May. New figures show the trip cost over $442,000 in total for nearly 100 people. Private donations covered over two-thirds of that. Florida taxpayers funded more than $131,000, including lodging and airfare for the trip. I'm Alan Spector.
A swimmer is safe after a remarkable beach rescue in northwest Florida. About 20 people formed a human chain, some on surfboards, to reach the man trapped in a rip current off of Panama City Beach. He was pulled to shore along with dozens of others over the past 2 days, but 4 drownings were reported off of Bay and Walton counties. The Florida Department of Health is out with a new update on the hepatitis A outbreak, reporting nearly 1,900 confirmed cases this year statewide.
The state added 85 cases last week, bringing the total to 1,898 this year. Largest numbers of cases are concentrated in the Tampa Bay region and the I-4 corridor. Pasco County leads the way with 350 cases this year, followed by Pinellas with 312. Volusia County comes in at number 3 with 165 cases. In fact, only 14 Florida counties have not had any confirmed cases of hepatitis A this year. The liver infection can be spread through things like food or drinks contaminated with fecal matter from people with the disease. Health officials urge Floridians to get vaccinated. I'm Joel Malkin.
And some guests heading to the Magic Kingdom were stuck when a monorail train stalled yesterday morning. One guest posted on Twitter that she and others were trapped on a hot monorail for 30 minutes and had to open the emergency windows. The tweet also included a photo of a fire engine below the stopped monorail. Only one monorail was stuck on the line, according to a Disney spokesperson. Magic Kingdom's monorail service was closed while Disney's transportation team worked to fix the issue. Disney did not say what caused the issue or how long the monorails were down. A spokesperson would only say that the monorails experienced downtime. One day earlier, a power glitch caused by bad weather caused temporary closures of some of the rides at the Magic Kingdom and also at Epcot. And those are the headlines from The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Sunshine and some clouds on this Wednesday with a thunderstorm around in the afternoon. The high 91 at the coast, 95 inland. Partly cloudy and warm Wednesday night, low 73 inland, 77 on the coast. Thursday, times of sun and clouds with a thunderstorm or two around during the afternoon hours. High 90 at the coast, 94 inland. Friday, partly sunny with a stray afternoon thunderstorm, mainly inland. High 91 at the coast, 95 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Johnny, what are you doing in the bathroom? What are you saying? Wait, where are your toy cars? Oh no, tell me you did. Honey, call Mike Scott Plumbing.
I didn't do anything.
For once that's true, but little Johnny flushed his toys down the toilet and now it's broke.
Yes, no. I'll get the phone. What's the toll-free number?
866-314-4443.
Got it. 86.
Hey, it's time for all your questions, so listen in for your answers on Ask Big Joe.
It's like a magic trick over there.
Yeah.
All right, this is the portion of the week.
Ready for my magic trick? Watch. There's another one.
Joe Martone will answer your questions. If you have any questions at all about anything in the whole universe, this is a good time to ask it. Whether Joe gets it right or not, there's no guarantee, but you can still ask anyway.
Ask Big Joe.
The number is 622-9622, 622-WOC. We are soliciting your questions right now.
Do I have to answer?
They don't have to be serious. They don't have to be silly. They can just be...
Do I have to answer in English
anything at all?
too?
Anything at all. I'm going to try my best to ask questions, but I'm really depending on the listeners because I don't have any written down today.
You didn't write anything down today?
I didn't have any to write down, so somebody...
that's because I was absent for a
somebody,
while.
yeah, we lost the momentum that we had built up with this segment.
Sorry, but I had other things I had to do.
All right, so you ready for your first question, sir?
Sure. What do you got?
All right, hold on. I got to answer the phone here. Got to push this button.
Hello, phone.
Good.
How are you?
Good morning. You're on the air.
Looking good, yes.
Hi, Joe. What's your favorite sport?
Karaoke.
Oh, yeah. I love karaoke.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you.
To watch, you're welcome.
That's it, huh? No follow-up? Okay.
To watch. What sport do I like to watch? Football for a little while, baseball for a little while. But when I say a little while, 10 minutes, and I'm done. It's just not for a long time. No, I don't.
Are there some things that you wish were
Tennis,
sport?
I'll even watch for a little while.
Yeah.
Ping pong, no.
No, you don't want to watch it?
No, ping pong. I'll watch bowling for 10. Everything's like 10 minutes, and after that, boring. And golf, again, and now he's going to hit the ball from the tee, number 17. He's teed up. And he's ready to go. It's a 240-yard. It's a 240-yard hit. Will he do it in one strike or two? Let's see. He's hit the ball. There it goes.
Let me stimulate some questions. Ready?
Sure.
You can call Joe and ask him relationship questions because he's a lover.
Thank you very much.
You can ask Joe military questions because he's a veteran.
Yes.
You can ask Joe broadcasting questions because he's a broadcaster.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
You can ask Joe acting questions. He has acted, not only on the stage, but also on TV. Have you been in movies?
I tried to, but the day that I was supposed to go on The Patriot with Kevin Costner, I guess it was, it poured rain and they canceled it.
You can ask Joe questions about living in Connecticut, living in North Carolina.
There you go.
All right. You can ask Joe questions about pulling a trailer.
Oh, yes. Trailers, trailers.
You can ask Joe a question
motor
about
vehicles,
doing
repair.
karaoke, being a karaoke entertainer or an MC.
Yeah, MC, yeah.
Or anything else. You can ask Joe about psychic phenomenon.
Oh, yeah, UFOs and ghosts.
Or public policy.
Policy. Oh, boy, yeah, here we go.
Good morning, you're on with Joe.
Ocala, sure, let's go.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes.
Before you went on vacation, Joe.
That was a vacation.
You talked about... excuse me?
I said, I wish it was a vacation, but go ahead. What's your question?
Sorry.
That's okay.
You had mentioned that the Vets Helping Vets had been promised or given some funds, I think, for their needs. I thought for the medical facility.
You're very close. You were very close. It was during Veterans News, and Vets Helping Vets kind of hosts it, but it is the money that was promised and is still, from the last I've heard, is still in the coffer. Is $6.something million. It is for the Veterans Clinic, the VA clinic in town in Ocala. Now, this is the one in Ocala, not on 42. This is the one on East Silver Springs Boulevard in the Cascades. For years. It used to be a year, then 2 years. Now it's the word is years. We have been waiting for a assignment of this money so they could either buy a place, build a place, but $6 million is a lot of money sitting in the government's, wherever it's sitting, collecting interest, whether we'll get to use the interest again as building to help build the new veterans clinic. That interest alone at $6 million should be able to buy a lot of furniture for that. So it's the men and women that work at the VA clinic put so much effort into it and work with what they have in such a confined space. When the money is sitting there, irks the heck out of me when we could do something, and in a year they could be in a nice facility, which they deserve because they're helping and they're working for the veterans. Okay, I got off my soapbox.
Right.
Now. I feel much better. Thank you.
Well, just so you know, I called Governor DeSantis. I called Mr. Yoho. I've called several people. Not one of them knew anything about it.
Because you were talking about vets helping vets, and yet that is not correct. That's why they didn't know anything.
That's probably right.
Yeah, so you have to say it's for the Veterans Clinic. You know, the Veterans Clinic in Ocala, and then you should get a response saying, "Oh, so yeah, that money has been earmarked for us, but it just hasn't been." You know, yeah, but thank you for calling them and everything. That's cool.
Okay, well, they did tell me that they know of another clinic that's being built somewhere around Palatka, and my fear was that they were going to give the money to them.
Yeah, no, that doesn't help us at all. Yeah, very good. Thank you.
I'm just. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right,
outstanding.
Another caller. Good morning. You're on the air with Joe.
Whoop, can I help you?
Hello.
You're live on the
me?
air. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, this is Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
I'm on my way to volunteer at Death.
Oh, Kathy, you went away. I went away too. I don't
what
hear
happened
myself.
there?
Can you hear me?
Call back, Kathy. It went away.
I can't even hear me over there. Now I can hear me. I went away. It popped out of there.
Really? It bleeped out.
It bleeped me out. I didn't even swear and it bleeped me out. Hello, young lady. I don't know. So
Hey, you have to call back, Kathy.
Yeah, call back, Kathy.
Anybody else? You want to call? This is a
the-
good time to ask Joe questions.
Anything. It's wide open. I don't care what you ask
All the
me.
people who came in looking for jobs, by the way.
I don't.
This is the guy. I don't know the answers to your questions.
I don't know the answers either, but I'll give you an answer anyway.
All right. 622-9622 if you want to call in.
Rule number 2, see the front. I don't know what the front says, but it says rule number 2. It'll probably say rule number 1, see the back. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So anyway, call me back if Kathy, we lost you. Sorry about that.
Yeah, something happened there. Hey, speaking of the veterans things, while we're waiting for the next call, there was one event. I'll let you talk about it, but I'll give you the info.
Oh, there it is.
Regarding
Somebody's calling. Oh, and we got music too.
All right.
Go ahead. Go to the music. Go ahead.
Good morning. You're on with Joe.
Good. I'm back again. Can you hear me? Okay.
Now we can hear you. Don't go away. What's your
This is
question?
Kathy. I just wanted to know, Joe, since you're a good Italian lad, what's your favorite Italian dish that you cook?
Oh, that I cook. Eggplant.
Yeah, that you cook.
Make eggplant parmesan. I cook. I like that. I make eggplant parmesan. Then I make stuffed shells with mozzarella and arragata cheese in there. I bake stuffed shells. I do that. And then a non-Italian one is chicken cordon bleu. I make. I make that also.
Cool.
Yeah, and then then the normal.
All right.
Then steaks and fried
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, that's why I have a hard time losing weight.
Okay.
Thank you for the call. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There you go.
There you go. So if you ever want eggplant. Oh, sorry, that was my stomach. Eggplant parmesan. Supply the eggplant and all the ingredients, and I'll cook you eggplant parmesan.
What are the ingredients?
Eggplant parmesan. We start, of course, with eggplant. Then we have the sauce, and then we have the mozzarella cheese.
So no Parmesan cheese?
Yeah.
There is Parmesan cheese?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then it's layered. And first you get the eggplant. Then you cut it, you slice it, you strip it down of the skin. Then you slice it up. Then you put it in an egg wash. Then from the egg wash, you put the Italian breadcrumbs on it. Excuse me. Then you fry it, either side, so the eggplant gets softer. You fry it either side. Then you get some Italian sauce. Hopefully you cook your own sauce so it tastes good. You coat the bottom of the pan and you lay it all out. And you put a little mozzarella cheese, put more sauce on it, another layer, and continue it all the way up to the top. And then you bake it at 350 degrees for about 40 minutes. And then if you're good, you don't need to eat it right away. You keep the aluminum foil right on it. You put it in the refrigerator, and it gets cold and it absorbs.
Marinates.
All the sauce and everything. Then the next day you put it in the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes or less, so it gets warm all the way through. And then you I just got myself hungry.
All right, so if you want to call Joe, ask a question, you can ask anything at all. It can be serious or silly. It can be about science. It can be about the space mission. It can be about changing a flat tire. It can
Hey, changing a light bulb. I don't know.
Front end alignments. It can be about plucking a rooster.
And no fighting. No fighting with the roosters.
No cockfighting. We had that yesterday.
I know that. Yeah,
yesterday's start.
Put them away. Put them away.
So
that was a big operation. They.
I know.
It was. I thought it'd be a little. It was a big barn. Everything. Everything was around there. I don't know. It's a lot of silliness going on.
So tell me about the fundraiser.
What fundraiser?
For the veterans.
There's a fundraiser for the veterans? The
Yes.
USA Poker Run fundraiser?
Correct.
It's happening. When is it? The location is Ocala Gainesville Poker Run. It's going to happen at 4601 Northwest Highway 318 in Reddick, Florida. It's a $40 buy-in. All proceeds stay in Marion County, Florida, and all benefits all veterans. For more information, contact Veterans Helping Veterans USA. It's 433-2320. And remember, if you're a veteran who needs help, or if you know a veteran needing help, please contact them at Veterans Helping Veterans. Again, it's 352-433-2320. And I don't know where that 4601 Northwest Highway 318 is, but it rings a bell, and I can't think of what that is. Is that the Jockey Club, maybe?
I don't know. But
I want to say it is, but I can't put my finger on it. And I would figure they would put it on here rather than just a
now, who's the president of Vets Helping Vets?
Me. What is first? I just got back. You threw me a curveball, you stinker.
Oh, I thought you knew about that.
Now, how did I know about it? I just got back.
You didn't know about the fun run?
Apparently not.
Run? Oh, I thought you talked about it.
It's this Friday. No, next Friday, the 26th of July,
right,
at 1 p.m. So I've got to find out where it is to get my motorcycle set up and go. But Larry, look it up.
Gotcha. Okay.
Look it up. 4601 Northwest Highway 318.
All right, that's in Reddick?
Yes, it's in Reddick.
Do you know what the interesting thing is about Reddick? It's the one town that nobody mispronounces. Like everybody says Ocala, Ocala, right? Or Kissimmee, Kissimmee.
Reddick, there was a movie, Reddick, so that's how they know it's Reddick.
Oh, okay.
That's just them just being
just
silly.
Made that up, didn't you?
Yeah, no, there's a movie Reddick, but Reddick was here a long time before the movie Reddick.
All right, and by the way, you said it doesn't ring a bell. So real quickly, while I'm looking this up, there's a bell that you can go see next Wednesday.
A bell next Wednesday
at 8:30 p.m. Yes, the Ocala Fire Rescue will host an event.
That'll be a Thursday
to unveil the city's fire bell.
Ah!
The event will celebrate the return of the bell to its original location at the intersection of Southeast Broadway and Southeast Osceola Avenue. The unveiling will take place Wednesday the 24th, a week from today at 8:30 p.m.
I should have been reading that while you're looking up the other thing.
You could have done that.
But you didn't do it anyway.
What am I looking up?
4601 Northwest Highway 318. In Reddick. Department of Health in Marion County is offering weekend off-site back-to-school immunization opportunities. Parents have an opportunity to get one back-to-school task marked off their list soon. Getting school immunizations. The Florida Department of Health in Marion County is offering several back-to-school immunization clinics in the weeks ahead to ensure students can get their needed shots before classes start.
I think it's highlight front on, Joe.
I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
But they must have took the picture at night because look at that. It's all black.
Oh, well, that's you all over. The department will be providing immunizations Monday through Friday, 8 to 3 at the Florida Department of Health in Marion County at 1801 Southeast 38th Avenue, Ocala. On Saturday the 27th from 9 to 1 at the Spar Baptist Church, 1303 East Highway 329 in Citra. Also on Saturday the 27th from 10 to 1 at the E.D. Koski Center. 1510 Northwest 4th Street in Ocala. Then we go to Saturday, August 3rd from 8 to noon at the Florida Department of Health in Marion County again. And the Saturday, August 10th at the Florida Department of Health again. And then Saturday, also on the 10th, at Horizon Academy at 365 Marion Oaks Drive in Ocala. Students entering kindergarten or attending or transferring to a Florida public school need the following vaccines. And it goes further on.
You got 10 seconds. I think it's the highlight for on time. 46.
All right. Thank you for listening here, WOCA Ocala. I thought you said 10 seconds.
Fox News. I'm Lillian Wu. The president gearing up for a rally in North Carolina tonight where he could be once again taking aim at some congresswomen he's been feuding with, tweeting.
Best employment and stock market numbers ever. I'll also talk about people who love and hate our country, mostly love, 7 o'clock tonight. The president referring to the squad in another tweet as, quote, the vicious young socialist congresswomen.
Fox's John Roberts. This a day after the House formally condemned him for what they called racist remarks, telling the women of color to go back to their countries. All are U.S. citizens, only one born elsewhere. Drug kingpin Joaquin El Chapo Guzman sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years. His attorney calling it a sham.
This case was simply an inquisition.